And we live, y'all. Hey, welcome back to my channel, Watch Your Mouth Reviews. This is your boy James, where I am here to give my honest review while trying to watch my mouth. It's not gonna happen in this video, but that's all right. We'll live to fight another day. Joining me as always is my co-host, Mrs. Best. Y'all say what's up to her.
Hello, everybody, and happiest of Mondays. Like, share, and subscribe. And welcome to the new subscribers.
Yes, welcome to all my new subscribers. My last live, my Love and Marriage Huntsville. I got a lot of new people. I appreciate you guys joining me. Thank you. You are the first on my journey on the road to 500. So I want to thank you guys so much for being here today. Thank you for that. And also, while you're subscribing to Mrs. Best channel, because any reviews or recaps that I don't do on my channel, we cover on her channel, such as Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Hollywood. Oh, I can't talk today. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and Miami, and then also Real Housewives of Beverly Hills are all done on Mrs. Best channel. So make sure you subscribe to her. And also, while you're subscribing to both of us, make sure you give Shana's new channel, which is Shana underscore MCD TV. She has a new channel, a backup channel that she's trying to get monetized here on YouTube. So I appreciate you if you guys would go to her new channel, subscribe to that as well. Her link is here as well as in my description box. Make sure you support my girl as well. So I'm going to say hi to Dr. Jim Bunny. She is here. Nice to see you, my love. Hi, Naya. Thank you for being here. Hi, Shani. Thank you for being here. Happy Monday. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. Y'all. So we got to get into this craziness of an episode for the season finale. This is Real Housewives of Potomac, season 9, episode 17. All bark, no bite. Literally. All bark, no bite. This episode was crazy, especially at the end. I was like, okay, we are doing entirely too much. But, we'll be Real Housewives if we weren't doing that. So the show opens up with Karen. She's trying to pick out an outfit for Stacy's event. She calls Ray in and asks Ray his opinion on what she should wear for the event. And as she is picking out an outfit, she gets a call from Wendy. And the call from Wendy basically says, Karen, you've been a good friend to me. And yeah, I want to appreciate you, everything that you've done, especially including me. And, when you got your honorary plaque or key to the city of Surrey County, I want to return the favor by inviting you to the White House because I have to interview. Is her name Corinne Jean Pierre? Am I saying that right? Y'all charge it to my
Yes,
mom.
you are.
Oh, okay, thank you. And Karen is very excited. She's been to the White House, but not inside. So she is extremely excited. And I'm just thinking to myself, there is no way I'm going to live within driving distance of the White House and never make an appointment to go in for as long as I live there. Mrs. Best, did you think that was weird?
That she invited Karen?
No, that they all live in the facility of driving distance to the White House and have never been inside of it.
I don't think that's weird. I don't think that's weird at all.
Okay.
I have a colleague at my current place of employment who's actually from DC. And he said the hood that he from is literally right behind the White House, like I could see it in the horizon. He's like, I ain't never been there, and he said people don't like people who really from there or live in the city, or especially the people in the inner city, don't be liking to go by there because of all the facial recognition software, the cameras, all that stuff. That's what he says. I'm not from there. I don't know. I'm from California. Shout out to the Bay Area, but the people I've met from DC, and I'm always meeting somebody from DC, especially working in San Francisco, they a lot of them have never been to the White House. They may see it on their day to day, but they're not going inside. And I don't blame them because they let you see the stuff that we don't really care about seeing. Show me where my tax dollars have been going. Why don't I get so much back in the tax return? That's what we want to see, but they're not going to show it to us. So I don't see the point in going, especially with that orange thing in there right now. Absolutely not.
Dr. Jim Bunny says her building is 3 blocks away. It's just another building. Okay, I just thought people would just go, at least have been inside of it. So I thought it was strange. Okay, maybe it's not so much strange. But Karen is excited. Karen is screaming. She's laughing. She is, jumping for joy for this moment of opportunity. And from the looks of what we see in this scene, she looks like she's champion Wendy. We'll see if we have the same opinion when we get to the end of this video. I used to live right across the street from the Lincoln Center in Manhattan, but I've never been inside the Lincoln Center. That one I can understand more of not being inside because I know someone who lived in close proximity to that too and has never been in it. So, and he's
I
lived
think a
in.
lot of cities where there's like those hugely famous landmarks, a lot of the people that live in them cities could care less about those landmarks.
I think because of us, we always had a field trip. where we went to, like, especially for me growing up in the Bay, I always had a field trip where we would go to the state capitol, we would go to Discovery Bay, we went to all these places.
Yep. Yep. And then you
So
don't care.
yeah, so I mean, at least I can say I've been in them. It might have been 30 years ago, but I've been in it. That's kind of the point I was thinking. So we then move on. We have a scene with Stacy, and we meet her best friend AJ, who I loved immediately upon this filming, and I wish AJ was more part of
We
the
needed him throughout the whole
the
season.
whole season.
I
I
loved
needed
him.
AJ here since episode 1 because AJ was the real friend. That's the real. See, on camera, when y'all go on these reality TV shows, you're not supposed to bring your real friends on the TV show. You're supposed to bring an acquaintance you ain't seen in 10 years and y'all catching up on the show and all this. This was not the best friend because this best friend put it on thick that I don't even think I'm looking at the real Stacy. Will the real Stacy please stand up? Real Stacy, please stand up because I don't think I'm looking at the real Stacy here. I think I'm looking at Play Stacy. That's what I'm gonna call you. Back in the day, we used to have field trips to the Empire State Building and such. Yeah, okay, good. He was the best thing in the whole show. He really was. He was excellent. That's the friend. That's the real one. So this friend AJ is my man. He had me cracking up, and he told nothing but the truth when it came to TJ. He okay. He didn't. He told the truth without telling the truth. He didn't want to out the man, but he outed that man at that. But yeah, we definitely needed more of AJ. Stacy, if you come back next season, we need more of AJ. Put him a little guest room up in your house since you got the house in your divorce. Go ahead and get him up a room, and he better follow you the same way Cal follows Giselle. I want to see AJ because at least I can stomach AJ. I can't really stomach Cal too much. But AJ, absolutely. I do not mind him being in every single
When
episode.
he called out even just her way of speak,
Yes.
I said, and I said this a couple episodes ago on this recap. This is a woman who married a white man, entirely adopted his culture and said F her own and is looking down on her own people. Because, bitch, how you just change the way you speak without going to college or none of that? I want to know.
Mrs. Best did clock that because y'all remember the conversation was, I feel like this is really Stacy. Like, it's so believable. And Mrs. Best was not buying that. She said, "No, James, that ain't the real Stacy. No, James." Mrs. Best called and she said, "That is not the real Stacy. Do not fall for this. This is not the real Stacy." She clocked it from the beginning. She
I'm
did.
trying to tell you, it's because where I'm from one of the worst neighborhoods in Oakland, truly. And a lot of people do end up making it out and doing well for themselves. But then I noticed that there's some that don't know how to leave the hood behind. There's some that are too good at leaving it behind and adopt a whole new culture and just want to forget that side of them. And then there's some that stay themselves and just, became more successful. But Stacy definitely is full of it. The way she wear her wig sometimes, you can't hide who you are, Stacy. I see you. We need her friend more, but she not gonna ever let him film again.
She gives us that QVC host voice all the time. Now, I do agree. She does do that. She definitely gives us the facade that she's still on QVC, giving us the audition of the lifetime. And I'm kind of over it as well. Now that I've met AJ, I don't want to see Stacey, but anything but herself. So we got a little bit of Stacey at the end, but we didn't get as much as I know Stacey can go gutter gutter looking at her. So yes, now that I see it, cannot see it. But TJ calls. He randomly FaceTimes. And Stacey answers the phone and she goes, "Hi, TJ. Oh my gosh, how are you? Look who I'm with. It's my best friend, AJ." And AJ stumbles in saying hello because he was put on the spot. And he messes up his name at first, but he hurry up and corrects himself. TJ picks on him and goes, "Man, you messed up my name. That ain't my name." And he goes, "I said TJ." And he goes, "Oh, okay. And I'm like, TJ, what the fuck does that matter? Like, at least he got it correct. Like, it ain't that big of a deal. I need her to have that talk with AJ with about no child support. I need that conversation to happen on screen. I need her to. Oh, you know what? That is a great point. Yes, Stacey, we need you to have that conversation. But it's the finale now. We ain't gonna ever see it. But yeah, I need to see her after this divorce. Say, I'm not getting child support. But yeah, pretty much what I'm trying to say. He called him goofy. He's saying he gives like newscaster. It's not Stacey's type. And we all know this ain't Stacey's type at all. But Stacey's gonna play with us because I feel like, as I told y'all, I feel like Stacey didn't want to be the single one on the show. I really do. I feel like Stacey, because the premise of Real Housewives, a lot of them have men to some degree, and then you have the ones who don't have men. So I think she didn't want to be on the opposite end of the receiving of no man having. So really, okay, okay. Energy for no reason. TJ's and he is, and I'm just like, yo, I guess Stacey. I guess if you, I mean, I can't wait to see what reveals itself at the reunion.
All I'm gonna say is one thing that we can all agree about is don't nobody want TJ except for Stacy, allegedly. That's what I'll say.
I feel like Stacey don't even want him at this point. I feel like Stacey. I feel like now that the friend revealed Stacey for what she really is, I really feel like Stacey is playing. She's playing a very like long, crazy game with us. I don't feel like she wants him at all. I don't. Yeah, Box head TJ. Yeah, exactly. I just, yeah, I don't think she wants him at all. I think she is playing with us. I really do. Yeah, I can't wait to see that either. I can't wait to see that either because she is definitely going to have some egg on her face. This was the season finale. It was a horrible season, absolutely.
Yeah,
So we
it
move
definitely
on.
did feel put together. Bravo really played with everybody because you could tell they just the editing was a mess.
Absolutely. So we then move on to Wendy. She is gearing up for her interview with Karen Jean Pierre at the White House. For those who do not know who Karen Jean Pierre is, she is the White House correspondent who does all the media for the White House and the president. And as they're getting a tour, she is showing Wendy all around, and then they get to the point where we're making the interview. Karen does show up, and she says how incredibly proud she is of Wendy because you guys have to understand this is a huge moment from so many different avenues to have a black woman, a LGBT black woman, at that be the news correspondent of the White House is huge in any realm. So I was so proud to see that moment, and I was so proud that Wendy took in this moment to give a good interview. She asked, from the 2, 3 questions we heard, they're pretty good, and I'm glad that this moment happened, and I'm hoping that more does happen. I don't know who's the newest news correspondent now that our newest president elect is in office, but we'll see. Mrs. Best, how do you feel about the scene?
Um, Sh- Corinne Jean Pierre is the first Black woman to do the job as White House press secretary, so I definitely feel like um, it was nice of her to reach out to Wendy. Wendy has a lot of connections in Potomac that likely do connect to government because she did and was a political commentator on several big news networks. So I like that Wendy shows this side of her. The whole scene was strange to me though, because I was like, why would you invite Karen of all people at this time? In my opinion, I would not have invited Karen. I just wouldn't have. But other than that, it was nice to see a scene of like positivity and Black excellence. Um, and I'm still kind of bored by Wendy on this show.
Well, keep in mind, um, in terms of Karen, it wasn't revealed yet the body cam footage. So at this point, it wasn't the mess that it ended up being. So I think it was still kind of fair to invite
It's just if you have the opportunity to go to the White House as an African American person, make sure you do it in a way that makes sense. Don't invite somebody with an open case with the country or they state against them. Invite someone who, at the very least, is not problematic in the media. If I were in Wendy's shoes, I would not have invited Karen. I would not have invited Mia. I would not have invited Jacqueline, Jazzy. I'd invite Giselle over all of them. Hell,
her.
at least you know she wouldn't do too much up in the White House. That's all
Just
I'm
give
saying.
looks and scrunch her face up. But that's yeah. What were we saying here? We remember her standing up there looking frustrated with the White House administration, like she wanted to quit the time she was in the press conference. I remember that. Yeah, I mean that's a stressful job anyway, so I could definitely understand. Um, is the new the blonde lady? Yeah, I know who you're talking about now. Wendy doesn't do any other interviews on her channel. She should take advantage of that, but I don't. Excuse me, y'all. I don't think she's really into it. Maybe I don't know. I've only watched like maybe 5 episodes of the first season, and the episodes I watched were good. So I don't know. Maybe hopefully she'll keep up with it. The press secretary was fangirling over Karen. She really was, and I was all like, "Girl, that ain't nobody to be fangirling over. Trust me." I think Kaylee is her name. She's like 28 or 29, very well spoken, very educated. You know who I thought
Uh,
he was going to pick for his press, and I was so scared. I thought for sure he was going to pick Tommy Lauren. I just knew for sure that's who was going to be it, and I'm so
the
glad he
new
did not
press
pick.
secretary though already does says some crazy stuff. I'm just like, oh Lord, it's
But
gonna be
here's the thing:
interesting.
is I would take her over Tommy Lauren any day because there's no way that lady is crazy. I'm sorry, that lady is insane. I'm sorry, she is. I wouldn't invite anyone, me either, Naya. I would do.
Go alone, hell.
I mean, child, don't even get me started. We can go a whole hour on her, but we ain't got that kind of time. So let me go ahead and move on. So, after Wendy gets to speak, the next scene, yeah, I'm right there with you. The next thing we have is Ashley and her family. It's one of the auntie, I think her name is Monica. It's her birthday, and Ashley shares news with her family that she's at the tail end of her divorce. She should be divorced within the next couple of weeks or so. So she's very excited. She did have to do the escalation clause and get rid of the confidentiality thing, which she should have in the first place. Because if I want to tell my story, I should be able to tell my story. I don't care what the hell happened in this marriage. That I want to tell the story. So after the way they treated Wendy, yeah, I don't know why she did that, but sometimes people do things that are in calculated ways anyway, so you gotta have to take the good and the bad. Oh, the new one, and the name is Caroline Levitt White, House Secretary. Exactly. I would invite Giselle as well. Yeah. Fast forward this scene and that singing. Oh, I ain't gonna talk about that scene. Y'all know there's two things I'm gonna talk about this scene. Sheila got another curly wig, y'all. This one got some color to it. I don't know how I feel about this wig, Sheila. I don't know how I feel about this wig, Sheila. You was doing better with that straight bob wig you had. Now you didn't went back to this curly style wig, and I can't stand you, Sheila. Now I understand this got some color to it. I understand it's got some nice fresh curls, but no, Sheila, you and curly wigs is just not it. I need you to stop this now. Don't get back on my back. Y'all know I love me some Sheila, but she can't do this curly wig now. I can't let her do it. I can't let her do it. I thought she burnt that wig. Come on now. Don't get you another one just like it. What's wrong, Sheila? What y'all say in these comments? Jazzy is a soror too. I found it on her page. Oh, okay. Good for Jazzy. I love I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So moving on from there, Ashley sings her little song. I just want to talk about why do y'all have y'all kids on these countertops and islands?
Ashley lets her kids do whatever the hell she wants. And I'm not saying like here's the thing, to keep your kids off of surfaces like that, it's not about your kids being good or bad. It's about teaching them how to be fucking sanitary. These kids don't run outside, back inside, into the dirt, onto the counter. If she doesn't get them in order,
I don't even know what they was talking about in the scene when I just saw them kids all on that countertop just with their feet. And I'm just looking at Ashley like, girl, come on now. Tell him to get his ass down from there. It ain't that hard. I know. I wish my kid would be embarrassed me on national TV. I tell y'all to cop my switch. But
and
they
that's
like,
the preference that Ashley gets. And it shows because she gives nothing on the show for season after season. Because I know the fans done wrote into Twitter for them questions, commenting on her parenting. I know that they have. Yes, she's never really asked. They never spent too much time on it. We should not be subjected to seeing this anymore. That is all. And I'm
mm,
tired of her mama always just looking like she put her whole self together in under 5 minutes coming on camera. I'm
we
sick
ain't
of
on
it.
Stacey wig yet. I'm gonna get to it. Trust me. We ain't on Stacey. Stacey disappointed me with that one too. But we talking about Sheila. Sheila wig. I thought Sheila burnt that curly wig. She went about the same damn wig and just put some color in it. It's not. Oh Lord. Yeah, but Ashley, that Lord, I don't want to say the white side take over Ashley when it comes to raising them kids. For you to have a room full of black people, but because there's no way my mom wouldn't allow that. There's no way my mom would not allow that at all. So it amazes me to see when kids are able to do that, and she just smiling like they're running the marathon or something. It's like, what are we doing here? But that was pretty much it. Anything you want to add to, Ashley, her little song, Auntie's
Nope. Keep it
birthday?
lit. Keep it lit.
She do look like her mama. Yes, she do. She looked exactly like Sheila, carbon copy. So yeah, that's the baby by the man that lived in the tent with Sheila, right? Yeah, that's that man's baby, right? Okay, I believe so. So we're gonna move on from there. Was Sheila sweating? But no, that wig is. Let me tell y'all something. When y'all wear wigs like that, it's hot already, and she was sweating because that wig was hot. That wig was hot. Sometimes it's good to wear good quality hair on your head so you don't sweat as much. I noticed that women, it's always some black women with them synthetic wigs. Y'all think it'd be hot up in church? Them ladies with them synthetic wigs, no, some synthetic wigs that ain't getting no oxygen to the head. So they be sweating up a storm, and that wig just be going in all kind of directions. And you thinking they catching the Holy Spirit? No, they hot in their head, but they don't want to take it off because what's probably under their head is worse than what's on top of the head. Just saying. So yes, we're gonna move on from there. I didn't clear Sheila enough. I done poor Sheila. She be like, James, I thought you loved me. I do love you, Sheila. I do. Just don't wear that wig no more. Now she could have been sweating for another reason. Why? I don't want. Okay, I know what you're talking about on this thing, but I know what you was alluding to. But I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna. That's why I was trying to make it funny. I was trying to. I know what you're talking about, but I was trying to make it funny. I really was.
She do.
She do
Sheila.
really get greasy. Yes, she do. She do.
There, listen, I'm with a bitch that when it's a reason for the grease. Grease don't just come about. It's some stuff that had to go down for the grease to get there. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. But I'm tired of this woman coming on camera looking like she done put herself together so quickly. Ashley should keep her mama off camera. We'll look at Uncle Lump and whatever the hell the wife's name is. I can never remember her
Yeah, because
name.
her wig be laid. That wig is nice. That's a good. That's a good. I wouldn't call that Bella Dream. I would call that Keisha Dream. That's a good Keisha Dream wig, Auntie. Whatever your name is, because it's always she got that part. It's always there. So yes. But Ashley, yeah, Ashley could, but Ashley don't care about her own damn style. So why fix her mama's? Um, Moving on from there, we are at the Beulah Baptist Church and Funeral Home of the Bryant household, and they are going to go plant a tree to honor Paul, Giselle's father, and she got Lord these babies' names, um, Serenity, Peace.
Grace, Angel, and Adore.
Thank you, Mrs. Best. I don't never remember her daughter's names. I just don't. I don't never remember them girls' names. But she got them. Neither one of them can dig a hole for the bush or the tree. Giselle go into the shed, in the back of the funeral home where they keep the formaldehyde. And she said to go ahead and just dig let me go ahead and try. So she tries. And it was just pitiful. It just really was to see them ladies struggle. I said, just hire somebody and have them plant the damn tree. Why are we going through all of this? But Giselle, says that they have a plaque here. They're going to honor her father. They're going to probably put a yellow ribbon on the tree to do a memorial. And I think it was a very sweet scene. I do. I think I'm sick of seeing her and them daughters. So I really am. Giselle, I need to see something else next season. Please don't. I mean, I love your daughters. They're beautiful women, all three of them. But please do not do this no more. How did you feel about the scene, Mrs. Best?
Um, it's hard to lose somebody, so condolences. However, them girls is out the house now. So I'm curious to see what she does next season, but I have a feeling Giselle will not be back. Karen and Giselle are the only OGs left, aside from Ashley, who we actually got later on throughout the first season. So maybe they'll finally get rid of all the OGs and try to do what they did with Roni with a new legacy. Because Karen's gone, Giselle is boring. Nobody wants Robin back. Everybody's sick of Ashley. So I'm just gonna say with this scene, condolences, but she does not give enough for this show. She just doesn't.
I agree. I agree 100%. So we then move on. It's the day of Stacy's event where she is. It's called Human. Damn, I had the name written down and I totally spaced out. I'm gonna look at my phone. It's an organization that helps places dogs into homes. It's like another adoptive care thing.
I
So she,
would, before you go into it, like to call the bullshit on this little cause. It was strays for something. It's supposed to be for stray animals. But all I saw was puppies, breeded puppies. So
Mhm.
none of it gave stray or homeless, rescue a pet. Like, I'm very passionate about that. Sorry, y'all. And it just bothered me that, like, you said they were strays, but then you have fully breeded puppies. Don't play
Right.
with it, Stacy.
That's what I'm saying. Another thing is, Stacey, this does not. I don't understand why you had naked men everywhere. I don't know why you had it at this type of event. This type of event is supposed to be at a damn park, not no damn hall with naked men and it's red. That looked like a brothel. Like what the hell was we at? Like Stacey, come on. Like I don't know. Rehome it may be, but it was a weird event. Like I the only one who thought it was weird. Like it just looks strange. And Stacey, and so when Stacey gets dressed, she has on this green dress with a white flower. And then she had this wig, y'all. It was given very much Levita Jenkins from Steve Harvey's show. It was terrible. It was terrible, terrible. What word are you trying to spell, Shani? Let me go up in here and see
Oh,
your
you
plan.
spelled it right. You got it, girl. You could spell.
Oh, Shredder Strays. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, you put the right. I was like, where is it? I was like, where's the thing? I didn't understand the topless men and the acrobatics. I didn't understand that either. I was like, what are we really trying to give away here?
No, let me tell you, I worked for a very large pet company for over a decade. I've been to so many pet events. Like, they do have upscale adoption events, but like the naked people, that was uncalled for. What do naked men have to do with dogs? She should have had the edible dog treats, the ones that people and dogs can eat. Starbucks puppuccinos all over the place. Why? And you made a good point, James. Why the hell were they inside?
It made no sense to me. Like I get sometimes they're like usually like maybe a gymnasium, like at a school or something. Maybe it might be in there. I've never seen this look like a very intimate, very like I said, look like an upscale brothel to me. No disrespect to the actual establishment and whoever owns the building, whoever owns the place. I'm sure it's a nice place wherever this is, but it just looked the way Stacy made it look in her event. It just looked like we were selling something other than puppies or trying to house something other than puppies. That's all I'm saying. So TJ gets there and he didn't recognize Stacy at all. It was because her because let me tell y'all something, Stacy. Stacy, baby. Come here. Come to your best friend right here. Let me this is your real best friend. Me and AJ want to like. Stacy, why did you put that tussles in your head? Why? It looked like somebody could turn you upside down and start sweeping the floor with you. Why would you put that on your head? It first of all, it's not even cut to fit your face. It's not even, and then the color was too bright. It didn't go with your tone of your makeup. It was just horrible. And it was everybody's reaction to Stacey's wig for me that let me know I was not wrong in how I felt because everybody was like, "Oh, Stacey."
Stacey's wigs always lay strangely at the front. I think she's trying to have a little bit of her hair out, little leave out at the hairline, thinking it'll help the scalp look natural, and it's not working. As a black woman that pays someone else to do my hair, shout out to Lita Braid Works. I'm gonna say this: it is okay to admit and to pay somebody, a sister, a cousin. It's also okay to go natural. Do not do what Stacy did to her head.
Dr. Jim Budding, I'm gonna answer your question. Homeless, not toothless, was way worse than this event. Way worse. The name itself is way worse. So no, homeless, that was worse. I'm telling you, that was way worse. I don't even have to answer that. That was way worse. If y'all know what I'm talking about, go watch that episode of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and then come
Oh,
back and
did
watch
you
this.
know that the homeless in Southern California, as well as some here in the Bay Area, are working to find a way to sue that organization for not actually helping
Yes,
nobody?
I knew
She's
it when
in
it first
so
happened.
much trouble in California.
Yeah, I knew that when I knew that. I told you that was going to happen because that's an insult to organizations that actually do try to help. Yeah, absolutely. I would be someone too. I would sign the
Like
petition.
nonprofits was trying to work with them and all sorts of stuff. My job, I work for a nonprofit and we do service the homeless, and they are on a list that my supervisor sent us of places and organizations not to trust or work with. I said, "What the hell?" And Homeless Not Toothless was on there. I said, "Well, at least now I know it's real." Amazing.
Absolutely. So the ladies began to get there, and where was the comment at? Naya's comment. Naya, were we really this surprised about Giselle's dress? Do y'all see who was with her? Do y'all see? Did you see who was with Giselle that night? Come on, that should be one and the two. Giselle Cowell's not your friend. He's not. Because there's no way I would let Mrs. Best come out the house looking like that. It's bad enough he can't get your hair done the right way he's supposed to. But the dress of it all was just horrible. So yes, I had the I had a reaction to her dress, but it's the same reaction I've had since we met her. It's the same reaction since we met Giselle. Giselle has not changed not one thing. She came dressed, her hair is always, it looked like it struggles between a perm and a press. It is horrible. So no, yes, we know what it is. We know what it is. So yeah, let me see. None of these women will ever go natural with 4C hair on these shows. No, not at all. They're gonna wear these white woman wigs. So it kills them. Sherman. That wasn't no Sherman. I can't take these rich women with a ridiculous amount of time doing simple shit. Who's rich on the show? Who's rich on this particular show? Because I don't think none of them.
Wendy,
Okay, who else?
well, that's where I stopped. That was my answer.
Oh, okay. I don't even think Wendy that rich, to be honest with you.
I think she is, just based on where she worked prior to the show, as well as her
Mm,
husband's income.
I think they do well. I'm gonna put it like that. I think they do well. I don't really. I could see her having more money than probably the majority of these women. I could see
Mhm.
her doing well.
I think that Wendy has the most money in this group. Do I think she's the wealthiest woman out there? No. If that were the case, she would have moved closer to Potomac. She keeping her ass where she's at. But we know Ashley's broke. If Giselle had it, she would have moved. We know Karen's struggling based on the clip from the reunion next week. If you showed your face crying in a sweater in somebody rehab, you need to check. And Mia is definitely in need of several checks. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay. All right. I mean, I'm not saying she's broke or anything. I'm just saying, um, when we classify rich, I'm thinking, whenever I think of a housewife that is rich, I think of Sutton. I think of Jennifer Tilly. I think of Kyle Richard. That's rich to me. I don't put these women in the same category. How is Wendy rich? I think she does. Like I said, I think her and Eddie do well. I do. I think they, with all of the endeavors and the show, I think they do well. I do. Do I think they bring in millions a year? No, but I think they do well. So yeah, this guy's they aren't rich, but this event was a good idea, but poorly executed. It was. It was a good idea. It just wasn't the space. I think that if Stacy had done this like an outdoor event, it probably would have landed better. But to do a fashion show and tried to get a dog adopted was not the move. Like it just wasn't. She was better off going to the park, having a free barbecue, and then asking people to sign up to see if they would adopt. That she was better off doing that than to do this. But moving on from there, Karen gets there and pulls Stacy to the side. And Karen, confronts her about the whole situation with Mia at Ashley's event and how she felt like that Stacey didn't stand in Karen's corner. when it came to the situation with Mia. And I know a lot of us are split between Stacey versus Karen. I 100% saw where Karen was coming from. And I think the reason why people saw it for Stacey, because we are talking about children at the end of the day and the paternity of children, which is not a good look. But what I want Stacey to understand in that moment was Mia brought this to our attention. Mia didn't keep this private, neither her or her husband. So when it comes to that, and then she was gloating at the potentials of her son being Ink's child and wanting it to kind of go in that direction if it could. Because she said it's 50-50, right? That's what she said on the show. So I saw where Karen was coming from. It was like, well, first off, I'm confronting her about her misrepresenting what that situation is and having us get all emotionally entangled in that mess. I'm confronting her about that, not confronting her about the well being of her children. We actually are concerned for her children and them having to one day see this and thinking that their mama is playing with paternity all up in their faces. We're looking at that. We're not looking at what she's actually doing towards the child. So for Stacey to do that, I kind of saw where Karen was coming from. Now, where Karen lost me was this whole situation when it came to her telling Stacey not to trust Wendy because Wendy is self-absorbed. Now, when Giselle walks over, Giselle's in the middle of this conversation, and then when she asks them what they're talking about, she's saying she told Giselle exactly what Karen told her, and Giselle in her confession said, "I 100% believe Karen said that because she said it to me, and I tried to tell Wendy, but Wendy wouldn't listen." So, and I don't think Wendy didn't listen. I just think Wendy needed to see it for herself. I think that that's what Wendy was doing. Mrs. Best, how did you feel about that part of the episode?
Um, I'm not giving Karen no grace. If you feel a way about something and explain it to people, Karen always just cuts them off, ignores them, and then tries to control when they speak. I don't like that. So if you're gonna handle it like that, then shut the hell up. Why bring up the fact that you was bothered anyway if you're just gonna try and ignore me and then show up to my event unannounced because you had told me you wasn't coming, to talk to me about some stuff. So I didn't like the way Karen handled that. I think with Stacy, no matter how people try to cut it back and forth when it comes to kids, like just don't talk about them. Don't. But at the same time, with Mia, it's one of those things because she has chosen to speak about all of this publicly in front of Stacy as well. So with Karen and the group has to understand is Stacy's new to this group. So regardless on how she got here, you can't expect her to just immediately side with y'all and not side with Mia in any way just because of what you guys have experienced. That wasn't Stacy's experience. So that's not fair of them. But we know Mia be lying. So I don't know. I think this is a great example of why when somebody does something like this or when people bring up their kids, just let it be. Why get involved? That's the part with Stacy that I don't like. But then with Karen, if you got a problem, speak up about it.
Hmm. No, Karen told her she was coming. She just wasn't going to participate with walking the dogs because remember, she told Giselle her and Karen could sit together. I do remember that. I do remember that. She did tell Stacey she was going to show and support the event. She just wasn't going to walk in the fashion show. So,
Either way, you
yeah.
don't get to say you have a problem with me, not really explain why, and then show up and talk about it with me at my event. If somebody tried to pull the same stuff with Karen, she would throw a fit, call them uncouth, and all of that. And Karen does that often. Like
Yeah.
she's been a confessional gangster for seasons, but when it comes to dealing with people in front of their face, she doesn't do anything. She shuts them down, she makes them leave, or she leaves herself. And so I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm like looking at Karen differently just based on how she handled her DUI thing as well. But I also firmly feel like, Stacey, just mind your business. You new to the group. Why are you jumping in this?
I agree. So it then becomes a bigger issue at this event where Stacy then gets all the ladies riled up and says exactly what Karen said that she said Wendy was self-absorbed. The thing is Wendy was now standing there. And so they asked Wendy, do you think Karen said that about you? And she goes, she said, no, I don't think Karen said that. I know for a fact that Karen said this about me. So Wendy knows what the deal is. Wendy knows exactly what's going on here. So Wendy kind of was being condescending about it. I'm just going to sit here with my self-absorbedness. Mia, did you hear? I'm doing this because I'm self-absorbed. She was kind of making a joke at everyone's expense about it, and it was like, okay, well, Wendy, we're glad you're taking it on the chin because we all do think this of you. We really do. Hey, JJ, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Karen is like, because I think Karen said it too. I do, because why would Stacey lie? Stacey has no reason to lie. And we don't see Stacey being a liar. We just see her being delusional, but that ain't the same thing. Wendy didn't want to hear from Giselle because we all know how she treated Wendy, and I think Wendy is, yeah, we all do. Yeah, Wendy did clock in because Wendy was like, I already know what she talking about me. I already know what's about going on. So, because you have to understand, those two didn't really start off on the best footings, but then it makes me wonder, then, Wendy, why the hell would you invite her to the White House if you knew she was saying this about you? If
I
she
feel
knew,
like Wendy knew Corinne Jean Pierre liked Karen Huger and was a fan of the show. They are both in the same
uh,
age. They have both also worked with each other off camera prior to this interview before. So I think
mm,
it's one of those things where, like, if I make it in the White House and you decide you want to interview or something, I would do it because you the homie. Like, I feel like they have some type of past history there. Uh, I that's the only thing I could think because that lady was so excited for Karen Huger, and
she was. That makes sense.
you work for the White House. You shouldn't have time to know who the hell she is.
Karen said Wendy wasn't Potomac. She did say that. I remember her saying that on camera. So it's not that hard to believe. But they end up moving on. The ladies, do the fashion show. Everyone gets their dog. They walk the runway. It was okay for what it was. And then it gets to the end of the event where everyone is standing in a collective space with all the puppies. The puppy Ashley had was very riled up. It was barking at everything. And then all of a sudden, smoke enters the room and it scares all the dogs. And then the dogs began shitting everywhere. And everyone was screaming. You would have thought someone got shot in there. The way these ladies were screaming, acting crazy. Karen was throwing up. Giselle was looking like, see, this is why I don't do dogs in this event. When Giselle had her nose up the entire time anyway, so that was not a shock from that. But Stacey was like, I don't know what happened. I don't know who did that. And then they flash back to the lady said, we're gonna have like a show in here. And I think she said confetti. I don't think she said smoke, but there was something alluding to there was going to be some kind of contraption that
No,
goes
let me tell you this. There is no excuse on Stacy's part. Okay? There's no excuse when dogs, and from my professional opinion, working with dogs for so many years, I'm trying to tell you, when dogs are stressed or afraid, they poop. It's what they do. It's literally what they do. Dogs hear better than people, okay? Whoever thought to even have the microphone so loud in that event was not smart. They were thinking about making an event that looked good, not about the actual animals and their well being. Then you have puppies and untrained dogs. Nobody thought about how to handle that. The dogs are shitting everywhere, and everybody in the event screamed, which people who are familiar with dogs would know not to do that. You're furthering the animal's stress. And then someone's running around with Febreze spray after, so now we got to smell shit and Spring
was that
Meadows.
Cal that was no, that was Cal that was there.
Yes. So you're
Yeah.
gonna spray Febreze air effects everywhere. Don't nobody want to smell dog shit in Spring Meadows or whatever scent that what them little scents be. Like, it was a horrible event from start to finish in how they handled it. And then you had a bunch of puppies. Like, where are the
Mhm.
rescues?
Right. So I guess to end the night, Mia was the only person that adopted a puppy that we knew of for sure. I don't know if Ashley adopted her puppy, but I know Mia adopted hers. Oh, German Shepherd. That Febreze does not work. Trust me, 3 dogs. You have to mop the house. Yeah, that's how I was like, where's the janitor at? Why did the janitor come and start like, oh God, Stacy, we gonna watch you when you throw your events because you don't do things that are normal. You just don't, and it's
Trying
just
to throw these events that the clear people be doing, but you not knowing how to do what the clear people do all the way right. Because some clear folk would have had that event outside, at least covered y'all with a tarp.
yes, exactly. I don't know what Stacey was doing, but that was pretty much the end of the show. I didn't see where everybody is later on in life because we got a whole reunion to cover. I forgot to even put together the reunion outfit, so I'll probably do a video this week where we'll go over the reunion looks for Real Housewives of Potomac. It'll probably be Thursday when I do Real Housewives of Salt Lake City's reunion. Hell, even with the pine saw shit, did pick up the shit first and then do all that. But yes, it was crazy. That event was crazy. But overall, it was a really good episode. I enjoyed this episode more than the whole damn season. So I'm hoping this reunion, as everyone says, it's going to give. I do hope that it gives. Mrs. Bester, anything else you want to add?
No, this has been the worst season I've ever watched of Potomac.
I
I'm
agree.
glad it's over, and I hope that they fix it after this season.
Same here. I agree with you 110%. It was horrible. I don't think that this cast can recover personally. I don't. I just think that they just need to hang it up and get a whole new cast and get people of like actual stature and who actually have the money. Then I need like the Beverly Hills version of Real Housewives of Potomac because I know they got some good big old houses out there. So don't let's not do that. So no, I don't even want her back. I don't even want her back because to me, I just feel like I liked her. Don't get me wrong, I do like Monique, but I just feel like she wasn't a good fit. I feel like she just was not a good fit for the Housewives franchise or even Love and Marriage DC when she was on that show. I don't think reality TV is for her. I really don't. I don't think she has a personality. Thank you. Okay. Where's Monique in that binder? That was the
Uh,
only thing that I enjoyed from her. Was
but
that
you gotta be pretty miserable and bored and not for reality TV to have the time to construct a binder like that.
right?
That's what I thought. Everyone was like, "Ooh, she's reading people." I was like, "Where did you find the time?" But, shout out to the binder.
Okay, she kept the Dollar Tree busy that day. Um, Naya Green on vacation with her kids for the oldest V Day. Are you on vacation, Naya? Or are you on vacation, Shannon? Which one of y'all on vacation? And why you didn't invite me?
She was answering where Monique is.
Oh, no. Robin especially. Robin should have left season 3.
Yeah.
Robin should have left season 3. 'Cause
Honestly, season one, the way Robin could have, she's never been interesting.
she hasn't, even though I did chuckle when she had her finger in Ashley's face. That was my favorite part because somebody needed to do it because Ashley got on my nerves the first season. So yes, I was happy for that. But that was it. I'm not gonna spend too much time because I still got to do Married to Medicine and I get my black ass to work. So y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If I have any new people here that are watching, please subscribe to me. Like the video. I will see you guys on to Married to Medicine. Please do not. Yeah, I know. Robin is. Yeah. But yeah, let's go ahead and go over to Married to Medicine, y'all, so we can talk about them, and then we're gonna go ahead and call it a night, y'all. I'll see you guys there. Bye bye.